In that case, I'll throw away hope.
You might want to stay and learn something.
I've done this before.
Okay. So this is the election canvas. This takes place following any election. The governing body of a county is, shall meet as the Board of County Canvassers at the usual meeting place of the governing body at a time determined by the board and within 14 days after each election to complete the canvass of returns. So that is the purpose of the canvass of the elections. If one or more of the members of the governing body cannot attend the meeting, the member's place must be filled by one or more county officers chosen by the remaining members of the governing body so that the Board of County Canvassers membership equals the membership of the governing body. Therefore, with Dennis being sick, someone else has been appointed. As Joe was on the ballot, we also had asked someone else to serve in that case. The governing body of any political subdivision in the county that participated in the election may join with the governing body. We did not have that happen. The election administrator is the secretary of the Board of County Canvassers and shall be keeping the minutes of the meeting of the board and file them in the official records. The canvass of votes by the board. If all returns are in time of the meeting, the Board of County Canvassers shall immediately canvass the returns. They have been. The canvass must be public. It must proceed by opening the returns, auditing the tally books or other records of vote cast, determining the vote for each individual, for and against each ballot issue from each precinct, compiling totals and declaring or certifying the results. The board shall record all write-in votes shown in the returns from each precinct. The returns may not be rejected because of a failure to show who administered an oath to the election judges or failure to complete all the certificates in a poll book or any failure of act making up the returns that is not essential to determine for whom the votes were cast. If during a canvass the board finds an error in a precinct or a precinct affecting the accuracy of vote totals, the board immediately may petition for a recount of the votes cast. What I have brought with me today is the poll books. These were at each poll, the record of who voted at each poll. On the top of there is the reconciliation form. So on election day, the judges complete this part, or I complete this part before it goes out to the polling place. The judges complete this, and then I do a reconciliation after the election so that it accounts for all people who voted, all ballots that were used, all ballots that were not used, ballots that were not returned, ballots that were voided or undeliverable to come back to the total. So the reconciliation form is there. Also as well, for your review would be the actual official registers from the polling place. And that would show who showed up at the polls to vote. So those are available to review as well. I brought the results from the post-election audit that was held last Thursday. Let's see, is that right? Is that Thursday? Where we were received from the Secretary of State 2 precincts that we needed to do a hand recount of to verify that the tabulators were counting correctly. And so precinct 3, precinct 7 were drawn. So we manually hand counted those precincts, did a tally of the results. Everything appeared to be in order. There was one race we did not go back. There was a difference in a write-in and an undervote in the superintendent of public instruction. We felt because it did not affect the counts for the candidates, we did not go back to try to determine anything further on that, but it was just one vote difference there on a write-in and overvote. Again, the results of that are here. I have the results from the tabulator. I will give you each a copy of a summation. This was taken from the tabulators, but it's a little easier to read, and it will show you who voted, not the names, but the number of people who voted in each precinct. The tabulations for each candidate. And you're welcome to review any of the materials that have been presented here. I know in the past, we have sometimes taken the tapes from the tabulators, re-added them. I've determined from watching some of the other training that other counties are not actually physically going through this tabulator tapes, but presenting this summation, which is a summation of the tabulator tapes. So I do have the tapes here with me. If you would like to spot check any of those, you're welcome to. The results would be on several tapes, one from the polling place, one from the absentee ballots that were counted here. And then there was an additional tape for the provisional ballots counted the Tuesday following the election. Normally it's Monday, but because Monday was Veterans Day, it was done on Tuesday. And please feel free to ask questions. I also do have a list here of all of the names of people who voted. One list is a list of absentee voters. One list is a list from the polling place. I did resort them so they would be by precinct rather than, or let's see, they're precinct and then alphabetically. And then one vote of provisional ballots. You're welcome to review any of those. And the report that I'm holding here is one that would be sent into the Secretary of State, which I will give to you to review and compare to the list that I have. And this is the official canvas document that would be submitted to them. This would be a precinct by precinct report from the tabulators. And on the back of it.
3%, I believe.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and I commend Shirley. You run a tight ship, Shirley, and we
Yes.
appreciate your endeavors and your hard work. We know it,
You can say it's not me alone though.
but you work very hard at
You
it.
guys were working
You
very
guys
hard.
worked
Yes, you did.
very hard, and I know you work day and night,
Mhm.
weekends, so you should be commended.
Just need my signature on here.
This is the official certificate
Okay.
that form that you reviewed earlier with that.
Did you?
Again, I encourage that if there's anything that you question or have questions about, I'm happy.
Did you notice that it says Stephanie Pink?
No, I did not. I will reprint that. I'm sorry.
I don't think you wanted to say that.
I don't.
Okay. Do you want me to not to sign it yet, or can
I'll
I sign it?
reprint it.
Okay, and then I'll sign it.
I'll bring it back to you. Sorry, there, nobody needs to sign it, I'll reprint it.
I don't think you want my last name.
Yeah, I don't know where I was typing fast. I know it's bitch.
Did it say?
I was changing it last minute when I had to get a subs for Dennis, so.
Okay.
Alright. I guess that concludes the meeting unless there's something else you would like to review.
Looks good, Shirley.
Yep, looked very good.